The stories people hear about you shape their impression of who you are. Whatever we do leaves an imprint on the lives of others, as the next generations and the generations after that will look up to you and hear the stories that you went through, and then will want to make a stance to make a difference in their lives. Hearing stories about other people's viewpoints on certain situations have helped me understand who I am by making me realize that some people have had it worse than me, and I should be grateful of the things I'm able to experience so far in my lifetime. Everyone's stories make you contemplate of the things that surround you, as it makes you realize that you may have had more than what they had back in the day. Hearing people's stories gives you insight of what has happened in their lives, and maybe those stories they tell you can relate to in more than one way. These stories from more than one viewpoint make you comprehend and shape you by the way you react to them or respond to them, and that gives the people the impression of who you are. The knowledge I've gained from my learning community classes is how to college and my first year seminar. The assignments from this class have made an impact of helping me plan my schedule for the next 2 years. From English W 131, reading, writing, and inquiry was how to make myself become a stronger writer. Doing discussions made me acknowledge that I can be confident and voice my opinion on certain matters. Introduction to American Studies taught me that everyone has had a different idea of what the American dream is. There are many different ways people are affected by the belief of it. I have learned of my strengths and weaknesses from the feedback from my teachers on my homework that I've turned in and from my peers on discussion posts. The strengths I've learned about myself from writing my papers are that I'm good at planning out what subtopics I want in my papers. The weaknesses I've realized that I have are that I make my sentences way too long and that I believe I am tying in my paper when in reality I am adding more things that are not necessary at all. Another weakness is when we had to read our papers back to our peer review groups or to our professor, and it showed that I was not confident in reading my papers out loud to others. The ways I will apply the things I've learned from this learning community for the rest of my life is that I will always use the knowledge I've learned from my W131 class to help me write proper papers and to make it stronger. The things I've learned from my first year seminar is that I should always plan things ahead of time to help me become more organized and go to my known resources for help because it'll help me gain more knowledge on certain subjects and have more stability in my life. Introduction to American Studies taught me that things are always changing and things that don't stay the same. Reading about generations to the next generation made me realize that I should be grateful for the ways I've lived throughout my life because somewhere out there, someone has or had it worse than I have.